everyone, welcome to a new video. It is me, Desiree, and it is time for a blush declutter. I put up a little vote on my community tab asking how you would want to see it, whether that was with the whole collection and declutter as I go, or just showing you the decluttered products, and an overwhelming amount said, show us the whole thing. And I did say this was probably going to be an hour-long video, and everyone wants to see it anyway. So I love blush. I love buying blushes. Yes, a lot of them look exactly the same, but I love the different packaging. I love the different formulas. I'm not usually buying everything. Like, I don't want to try a blush from every single brand, but the packaging always gets me. Packaging, name, formulas. I want to try different stuff. So I have a lot. It's definitely the thing I have the most of. Well, maybe I have more eyeshadow palettes and singles, but blush is definitely next. So the drawer won't close now, so I know it's time for a declutter. So let me grab the drawer out. Okay, here it is. Here's all the blushes. It's very, very full. I know there are some in here I'm not going to remember, not really care about. And this is just powder blushes. I do have creams in a different drawer. And I'm sure there are singles here and there, like maybe some in my shop, my stash area, or different things that I'm gonna kind of forget about. So this probably isn't every single blush I own. It's just pretty much everything that's in this drawer. So let's just get on with it. I should have got two bins, like a keep and declutter bin, because I feel like I'm gonna start piling them everywhere and not know what I'm keeping and decluttering. I'll figure it out as we go. Okay, so first off the top, Too Faced has this blush called Too Femme, and it's called Butterfly Babe. I don't know why I bought this. I don't remember. I have no idea, because this doesn't appeal to me at all. It's a really pink blush, and it has some imprints of butterflies in there that were impressed with gold glitter. So the glitter was all over the place. The blush is too pigmented. I don't like the packaging. I just don't like this. Declutter. This little blush from In Studio, this is their pink lemonade shade. This is a brand that doesn't exist anymore. Walmart did like a little one-off on this brand. It was a nice stand. Everything was 99 cents. I actually do really like this color, so I'm gonna keep it. This one from Stellar, this is their Eclipse blush. I don't think this brand exists anymore either. Or they only sell a foundation now, I don't really remember. But they had this at Sephora for a long time. Everything went on clearance. I bought two blushes. This is one of the best blushes that I have. I love this formula. It doesn't exist anymore, not that I know of, but it's a really shiny, like highlightery, soft, glowy blush, and I love it. Gonna keep it. And just to forewarn you, I'm probably not gonna declutter a ton in here because I love it and I wanna keep it. So I'm gonna declutter as I go, but I'm not guaranteeing that I'm gonna get rid of like huge slashing my blush collection in half. You know those videos? I'm probably not gonna do that. This is from Pacifica. It's their blush in the shade Camellia. I remember when I bought this, I was so excited about it. I love this teeny tiny little packaging. I love the clear, everything about it. This blush was $11. I remember when I bought it, it was $11, and I thought, holy moly, that's a lot for this little tiny blush. But I loved it. I love everything about it. I love the nostalgia attached with this, so I'm gonna keep it. This is from Makeup by Mario, the Soft Pop Powder Blush in the shade Desert Rose. This is just not for me. I used this on Halloween for my Halloween look. I did like an 80s thing. And I used this blush and I loved the way that it looked as like a contour, like a blush contour. I loved the color. I thought it went really well with the 80s look. And although I love a blush contour, I love that look, I just don't love this blush that much. It's just not for me. I'm gonna declutter it. It doesn't really do anything. I don't feel excited to use it. I don't know, it's just not for me. This is a really old one from Milani. I wish they would bring these back. I thought they were discontinued way too soon. These are the Color Harmony blush palettes. This is the shade Pink Play, and I know I have another one in here. I love this. Obviously, it's like a little wheel of colors here. I think what mostly turned people off of these is that they were so expensive. I don't think they were that expensive. I know they were less than $15. And you get a ton of blush in here. Lots of different colors to play with. You can mix and match. I love this, and I pull it out every now and then. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it. Too Faced classic blush here, their Love Flush blush in the shade Love Hangover. Gonna keep all of these. Every single one I have, I'm gonna keep. I love these. I wish they never discontinued them. I think these are awesome. They're an icon. They're a blush icon. Two more Too Faced blushes that I will keep. I love these so, so much. This is the Sweethearts Perfect Flush blush in the shade Candy Glow. Do they still make these? I don't even know. But I used this a lot in December. I think I pulled it out in December and used it a bunch. Has a little dent in it. What a pretty, like, beautiful packaging, everything kind of blush. It's perfect. So of course Makeup Revolution had to rip it off. Anyway, they put out something very similar to this, but it's not the same. It's not the same. Anyway, this one here is the shade called Peach Beach. I love this one too. Perfect little nude color. They're very glowy, but in a soft way. It doesn't look like you put highlighter on. I wonder if they still make these. I'm not sure, but I love it. Gonna keep it. This is another one from Too Faced. This is their Sweetie Pie Matte, stupid bangs, Radiant Matte Bronzer. I know this is a bronzer, but this is a blush. This is totally a blush. I keep it in the blush drawer. I love this. I love this so much. I wish they didn't discontinue it. I use it a lot as a bronzer because I really love a little pinky red orange tone in my bronzer. And this definitely gives that to you because it has those little pink little speckles in there. But this really shines as a blush. I want to say all of probably November, December, probably October as well. I use this pretty much every single day. I love it so much. Gonna keep it forever. I wish they would bring it back. Another one of my all-time favorite blushes from Too Faced. This is the Papa Don't Peach blush. I mean, look at this packaging. It's tin. Oh, it opens like this. You get a mirror and just a big pan here. This is a brand new one. I have not touched it because when it was going on clearance, I was worried it was getting discontinued and I bought another one. I'll probably never even finish up the first one that I have, but if I ever do, I have another one. And it has that nice peach smell they put in their products, like that candy, like peach candy. Love that a lot. This is the Will Powder Blush Quad from the Balm. I bought this because Emily Noel loved it so much. She said it was like amazing and she used it a lot. And I like it. I like it enough, I guess. Do I? Hold on. Am I talking myself into it now? So you get 3 blushes and a highlight. The highlight's really pretty. It's got a nice little pink shift to it. The blushes are nice, but they're so pigmented. They are very, very pigmented, and I find myself kind of like using them like this. And I don't like that kind of blush. I don't like the ones you have to be so reserved with. I like to just be able to use whatever I want. This is gonna go in the maybe pile because I like having it, but I just don't use it that often. And when I do, I always feel like I go overboard. I'm gonna put that in the maybe pile. So far, the declutter pile looks like this, but you know what? We'll have some more to declutter in here. This is the Maybelline Master Highlight Highlighting Blush. Okay, I have so many old blushes in here, so many old discontinued ones. This is an old, since long gone discontinued blush. I wish they hadn't discontinued these. They had a line like called Master and like Face Studio. I wish they kept all that stuff. I thought it was awesome. These are one of those items that I lusted after these so badly. I never bought them. I never had the money. I just never owned one. They got discontinued. They're probably discontinued for a couple of years. And I bought all of them on Poshmark. I bought these all on Poshmark sometime last year. I don't regret it for a second. I'm so happy to have them. Even if I don't use them that often, I just like having them. So I'm gonna keep them. I'm gonna keep them forever. Love them so much. This is the Hello Halo Blush Lighter from Wet n Wild. This is the shade called Flash Me. Ooh. I love these. I really, really love these a lot. I think they're severely underrated. I have all of them in the permanent line. I did try one they came out with the Saved by the Bell collection, and it was awful. The ones in their permanent line are so, so good. They're called blush lighters. It's like a highlighting blush. One of them I use exclusively as a highlighter, but this one I love as a blush and a highlight. I think it's such a pretty little duo. Yes, love it. Gonna keep it. This is the Revlon powder blush in the shade Melodrama. So I don't know if I still have one in here, but my favorite blush of all time is Revlon Naughty Nude. I remember, I think that was probably the first blush I ever tried. I used up a whole one. I would carry it with me everywhere I went, you know, for an emergency blush reapplication. I loved it. It was like my precious little makeup thing, and I carried it with me everywhere. I loved it so much. And I don't know, obviously I moved on to other things and I haven't used it in a really long time. And I don't know why that memory just came to me. I want to repurchase it. But anyway, this is the shade called Melodrama. Revlon also used to make my favorite blush formula of all time. I've purchased all of these colors. Every single one, every limited edition one. They had a purple one even come out a few years ago. I bought that one. Since I've sold it on Poshmark, it just didn't work for me. A lot of them I wish I did keep, but it's just because of the nostalgia. You know when you get rid of something and then suddenly it's discontinued and you feel like, oh my god, I have to have it back because I feel crazy? That's how I feel about these Revlon blushes, and that's why I can't declutter them, because I just have such a love for them, because I loved them so much for so many years that, I don't know, I just haven't used them in a long time. I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile for nostalgia. Okay, another one of my favorites of all time is Benefit Dandelion. I love this blush so much. It's definitely one of the most perfect colors in the world, at least for my skin tone. It looks like nothing, like it's just gonna be this blah baby pink, but it's like baby pink but also neutral. It's not too pigmented, but it's perfect. The brush that comes with this is also perfection. I think the brush is in here somewhere, right here on the side, I think. Oh my god, what a liar. Anyway, the brush is in here somewhere, and the blush, this blush is perfect with that brush. It's like a square, contoury kind of brush. You get it, and you just kind of go like this a few times. It will transform your face. This is the best blush ever. And the scent. They put a scent in here that's just like the perfect little like, ooh, what is that? It's so nice. Obviously, I gotta keep it. This is from KKW Beauty. Did this brand get discontinued? I don't think they make this brand anymore. This is the shade called Luxe. And I love the packaging. Love the packaging, only bought it for the packaging. I bought this on Ulta's website, and this is not the color that I bought. I bought some other color, I don't even remember now. But when this one showed up, I was like, that's not the shade I wanted. But I didn't want to take it back because they didn't have the shade anyway in stock, and I don't know why. They just sent me something else. But this wasn't the color that I wanted, but I still do really like the blush. I love the packaging so much. I really liked the KKW line. I didn't try a ton from it, but I loved everything about it. I loved this super nude kind of packaging, very minimal. I loved it a lot. And the blush is nice. Gonna keep it. Okay, this is a hard one for me. This is the Beauty Bakery Cotton Candy Champagne Blush Palette. This is their blush lighter palette. So this is one of those rare items that Emily Noel and I actually agree on. I had bought this and was loving it and like dying over it so much. And then like a year or so later, she bought it and I was like, oh no, she's gonna hate it. But she loves this. This is one of her favorite blushes ever. She talks about it regularly. It's always in her Emily Awards. But I have just noticed that this, I don't think it really works for me anymore, or it just never worked and I never noticed it. So the formula is great. All of these are very shimmery blushes, definitely like highlighter kind of things, but they're beautiful on the skin. You get 4 really nice colors. All 4 of them work great, I think, on a lot of different skin tones. But one thing I noticed not too long ago, because I pulled this out again to use it, was that it really pulls silver and gray on me. You know, some highlighters just have that like silver gray like tone, and when you turn your face certain ways, it looks like a streak of gray, and it just doesn't look good. It looks kind of dirty and muddy. This does that to me. I just don't know if I never noticed it, but I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile, and I'm gonna use it again a few times and see if I'm just crazy, but I don't think that works for me like I thought it did. So I'm gonna put that in the maybe pile. This is the IT Cosmetics Ombre Radiance Blush in the shade Coral Flush. I don't think they make these anymore either. Another product I just felt crazy, like I had to have it. It was getting discontinued and I was like, oh my god, I have to have it. My only chance to ever try that thing. And when I look at this, I want to say that I have never touched it. It's just so pigmented. I mean, look at that pigmentation. I mean, is that gonna flatter me? It doesn't matter. I'd wear it anyway, whether it flatters me or not. But am I realistically ever gonna use this? I have had this for a couple of years at this point and I've never touched it. I think I have it just because I have it and I like IT Cosmetics, so I wanna just have it. I'm gonna let it go. I think someone else who would use that and love it would enjoy having a brand new one that hasn't been touched, and I would end up just keeping it for the nostalgia. So I'm gonna declutter that. Shocker, I know. Okay, one of my all-time favorite things, this is one of my all-time favorite things blush-wise. This is from Pacifica, and this is their Cherry Cheek Powders little blush quad. I know it looks boring, and it looks like these are two of the same color and that those are two of the same color, but it's not. I got this for Christmas one year, and I was like, oh, cool, a little blush palette from Pacifica. And Pacifica is so hit and miss with me. The products are either amazing or they're absolutely awful. And this is one of those products that is absolutely amazing. Of course, it's going to be a little more geared toward lighter skin tones, but these blushes are so good. I know this looks like it's just a powder or something, like with no color, but it has some color to it. I use them all the time. This is one of my favorite things, favorite formula. They're very super easy to blend, very wearable, very neutral. They go with anything. Love this so much. Very underrated from Pacifica. Gonna keep it forever. This is from MAC. This is their Extra Dimension blush in the shade Look, Don't Touch. And I had never purchased a MAC blush before in my entire life, and this was the first one I bought, and I was so disappointed that I thought there's no way that this is the MAC. This is MAC, the brand that everyone talks about. There's no way this is the blush formula that they have, that this is what they're putting out and people are loving it. The packaging is air light, like it feels like a feather. I was very disappointed in that because I think this was like $30. And then you get this blush that literally does absolutely nothing. Like I tried to use it as a highlighter even. It does nothing. There's no pigmentation to it whatsoever. I don't like it at all. And then where they could have put a mirror, they didn't. They just put this black hole. So for $30, one of the worst blushes I own. Cheap packaging, very, very disappointed. Declutter, like instant declutter. I was mad when I bought that, so mad. Another one of the Maybelline Master Highlight Face Studio highlighting products. This says highlighting bronzer. Did the other one say, oh no, the other one said highlighting blush. This one says highlighting bronzer. Like there's not very many bronzer stripes in here. This is definitely something, wow, you know what? This is definitely a, let's see. This is reminding me a lot of the Sweetie Pie type of thing from Too Faced. So Maybelline was all over this back in the day, and then Too Faced put this out. I mean, is it an original idea? I have no idea, but I've never seen anything like this before. But obviously this looks more bronzery. This one looks more like maybe a blush or a highlighter. I mean, I never use it, but I'm gonna keep it obviously because I have to. I bought them on Poshmark because I have to. This is the pressed powder blush from ColourPop. This was their Sailor Moon collection. Oh, look at that. So, so cute. I mean, the Sailor Moon line, I think like blew everybody's minds because they do a lot of collaborations, and a lot of them I don't even notice, but there are, every now and then there's one that like, it gets to the heart of everybody who grew up with a show like this. And I bought it just because of that. I just wanted to have something from the line. It's like a lenticular packaging. Look how cute. That being said, never used it. Never used it. I swatched it once right there and it was too pink. I literally never touched it. I never am going to touch it. I keep it just because it's Sailor Moon makeup and oh my god, how cute. But I'm gonna declutter it. I'm gonna let it go. It's just taking up space in here, and I think someone else would love that. And even if someone else just buys it because it's this and it's part of the collection, if they love it, they love it, you know. But I'm just sitting in here taking up space, you know. What's next? Let's do this. This is CoverGirl True Blend So Flush High Pigment Blush. This is the shade Love Me. And I bought all of these when they came out because I have tried every CoverGirl blush that they have, and I don't like any of them. I don't like the Cheekers blushes at all. I don't like those trios that they have. Those are awful. I really dislike the liquid blushes they came out with. What were they thinking? So when they came out with another blush, I was like, they're gonna get it right one of these days. And with these blushes, they really did. This formula is really good. I bought all of them, but I don't think I kept all of them because not all the colors really work for me. I just really wanted to have them and review them. And I kept this one because I really do enjoy this one. It has a tiny bit of shimmer in it, but more just like a satin kind of finish. I haven't used this in a really long time. I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile here to see, like give it another chance, see if it's a color I still enjoy. But I really, really, really like that formula a lot. I think CoverGirl definitely knocked it out of the park with that one. This is a rose powder blush from Milani called Blossom Time Rose. And I'm currently using a palette from Milani that I got, that I'm using in my Shop My Stash. It comes with 3 powder blushes. And I actually didn't even know I had this, to be honest, till I saw it just now. I'm guessing I used it because the rose in the middle there is like smashed or something. Like it looks like I swatched it really hard like this, like right in the middle. I don't know. This product, just not for me. I never used it, completely forgot I owned it, gonna declutter it. And you know what? The lid doesn't snap closed. Okay, next thing, oh, this is one of my favorite blushes of all time. And I have been looking for a dupe for so long because I don't want to use this up. This is from Wet n Wild, and this was one of their collections they did, the Pac-Man one. This is their Powder Pellets Blush Lighter. These are so awesome. They're little loose balls of blush. I hope that one didn't break. I feel like only one. Oh, there's another one right there. Okay, they're little blush pellets, and you kind of just get a stippling brush or whatever in there and kind of dust it around. They're very pigmented, they're glowy. This is one of the best blushes Wet n Wild's ever done, and I love it so much. I'm not really into Wet n Wild's collections anymore. Wet n Wild used to have really sought after limited edition lines, and then they kind of realized that and started just cranking them out, and then they all kept getting worse and worse and worse. Now, I don't even think twice about Wet n Wild's limited edition collections. But this was one of the best things they ever did. I love it so much. If you know who makes little pellets like this that are really glowy, let me know, because this is one of my favorite things and I rarely use it because I don't want it to be gone. This is a loose mineral blush from Inika. This is the Blooming Nude blush. This is an Australian brand, I think. I got this in an advent calendar and I really tried to use this, but it's so pigmented for my skin tone, and it looks like it'd be a nice like bronzery kind of nude color, but on me it just looks like I went too crazy with the bronzer where the blush should go, and it just doesn't suit me. But I've kept it for so long because I don't know, I just wanted to, but I'm gonna let it go now and just kind of let someone else have it, you know. This is the Clinique and Jonathan Adler Cheek Pop Blush Pop in the shade Peach Pop. I went crazy when Jonathan Adler did a collection with Clinique a few years ago. I bought everything in the line, and I don't have any of it anymore. This is like the only thing I have. I think I have this, and do I have one of the other eyeshadows left? I don't remember. But I find like these cheek pop blushes to be very difficult to use. The only ones I've ever tried are these 2 like limited edition collection ones. But I just found them so hard to use, like barely pigmented. I don't know, I just didn't really get a lot of use out of them. But I wanted to keep one just because, I don't know, it's just like an old thing that I want to have forever. But I'm thinking it's okay to let it go. Someone actually just recently bought one of the eyeshadows on Poshmark from me. So I'm gonna throw some Poshmark. I'm sure someone else would love to have that piece of that collection. And I kind of want to clear out the clutter in here, you know? So I'm gonna let that go. This is the Milani Baked Powder Blush in the shade Luminoso, the iconic Luminoso. I wish they would redo the packaging on this. The packaging is just too much. The brush is definitely not necessary anymore. Like if they thin this out, it'd be a nice like slim package. I don't really think they need to include this bottom piece with a brush or a mirror. I think just having a slim blush packaging would be a lot nicer. Anyway, I don't like the packaging. I said all that to say that. But I have repurchased this. This is my second one, not because I used up the first one, but because suddenly it had no pigmentation. Like the color had changed on it and it wouldn't perform the same. So I rebought it, rarely use it because it's on the bottom here, but I am gonna keep it because I do really like that formula. Another one I really love that I'm actually wearing today is the Baked Powder Blush in the shade Petal Primavera, also from Milani. It's just like the most perfect nude, goes with everything, easy to use, like a little bit of nude color with a little bit of rosiness, but not too much, not too pink. Just like one of the most perfect blushes that I own. I love it so much. Definitely my most used out of all of the Milani baked blushes. Really enjoy that a lot. I just remembered where I have some more powder blushes. I gotta get those out. Okay, I forgot I had some more in little drawers over there. Another Maybelline Master Highlight by Face Studio blush. This is a highlighting blush again. Doesn't suit me at all. This color doesn't work on me, like not even close. but I have to have it. I have to keep this, have to have it. This blush is from Buxom. This is their Wanderlust Primer Infused Blush in the shade Havana. When they came out with this line, I lost my mind. I went to Sephora all the time to look at these. I'm sure the people there thought I was coming back one day to steal them or something, because I just couldn't get these out of my head. I just really love clear packaging so much. I wish more brands did it. I loved the branding. I love the typography on the front. I loved everything about this. The formula is awesome. Another blush that is just not used that much in my collection just because it's on the bottom. Gonna keep it though. I really love it and I want to get some more use out of it. All right, let's continue on. I have a couple here from Laura Geller. This is the Baked Blush and Brighten in the shade Fruit Punch. I really love this formula a lot. I think, you know, I don't think these are underrated. I think they're very popular. They're just not popular on YouTube. Like, people aren't using them every single day. But I really want to start using these more often. I had all of them stored in this little makeup box that I have here that you probably see in the background of my videos. And because they're in there, I don't reach for them that often. I kind of just open up the drawer a lot of the time. But I'm going to pull these out. I'm going to put these on the top of the drawer. I'm going to keep all of them that I have. I have that one in Fruit Punch. I have this here in Cherry Bloom. So I actually have had this blush before. I got this in an, what is it called? Mystery box. I bought a Laura Geller mystery box a couple of years ago and this blush was in there, but I think I already had it. So I did declutter one, but I'm going to keep this one. This one I think I will end up decluttering, but I'm going to keep it for now and kind of rediscover my Laura Geller stuff. And then I have another one here called Tropic Hues. This is one I was after for so long because look how beautiful that is. Look at that marbling. Like, even just to have this, just to have it to look at it every now and then, I like this one a lot, but it is a little bit too pigmented for me. I have an e.l.f. Primer Infused Shimmer Blush here in the shade Always Silly. I have really enjoyed this blush. I think the Primer Infused line is definitely one of the best from e.l.f. They're definitely the best blushes by far. This one, I like it, but I don't reach for it that often. I don't know why, but I'm gonna let it go. Let it go. This Essence blush has been haunting me. It's their Blush Up Powder Blush in the shade Heat Wave, because look at it. It's clear packaging. I think it's awesome. Love the packaging. Love the look of this blush. It's like orange gradient to a nice pink over here. It's beautiful to look at. I've never enjoyed this formula and I don't like the way that it looks on my skin, but I can't let it go just because it's so beautiful to look at and to have. But today's the day. I'm cleaning out the clutter, gonna let it go. This one from Revlon. Okay, this is the Instant Cheek Maker. And with this release, I thought to myself, okay, Revlon is just trying anything at this point. They're just trying anything. Okay, I did do a whole video on this when it came out. This is what it looks like. It's a cream blush. And I don't have any other cream blushes in here except this one, I guess. It's a highlighter on one side and a blush on the other side. And the intention is to get this and draw it on your face like this and then kind of blend it out. But not everyone's face is shaped exactly like this or wants their blush and highlighter in that spot. So I ended up kind of using it as two different cream products, but I never really enjoyed it all that much. Hey, it's actually still very creamy. Wow. That's kind of nice. Anyway, I don't really care about this. It was definitely like a let's try anything phase for Revlon, and they discontinued this quickly. But I don't care about that. Gonna declutter it, obviously. Okay, two blushes here that I will never declutter as long as I live. These are one of my favorite pieces of makeup that I own. They're both from Kiko, and they are called Cocoa Shock blushes. Both of these have just the cutest little chunk, like a bar of chocolate packaging. Kiko puts out some really beautiful makeup. I rarely use the stuff I have though, because it's just so pretty to look at. I don't want to mess it up. But they were so cute. This is what they look like. It's two little, there's a mirror, and then two domed up, beautiful baked blushes. Both of these are beautiful. They have that chocolate scent to them. And then here's the other one here. Again, beautiful nude colors. I never used them that often because I thought that you could use up a whole blush in a month, I guess. But as many times as I've used a product, it takes forever to use up a powder thing, especially a blush. So I rarely use these anymore, but I'm gonna keep them forever. I will start using them because now I understand how long it takes and I wanna use them. Like I wanna use the things I have and not just have them as like a piece of makeup just to display. Nothing wrong with that either though. Another Revlon blush in the shade Marvelous. This is actually my second one that I've owned of this. This one I did put a pretty big dent in. This was a color I used so much. I loved this color, very 80s kind of colored blush, and I really enjoyed it a lot. This is one that I used to do a lot of blush contouring, and I did that a lot with this blush. Oh, I don't want to get rid of it. I'm going to put this in the maybe pile. I'm going to put that in the maybe pile. One I have not seen is Revlon Naughty Nude. I don't see it yet. Maybe I don't have it anymore? I have no idea. There it is. There it is. I was like, I know I have it. Naughty Nude. This is my favorite blush of all time. At least it has been for a very, 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 very long time. I've moved on to other colors and enjoy a lot of other stuff now, but this is so iconic for myself. This is my personal icon. I love this a lot. This is like my cult favorites. Like if I could create, I'm gonna do a video on that. That's a great idea. My own personal cult favorites. This is one of them. This is my own cult, the Space Case cult. Anyway, I love this. I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile actually, and I'm gonna retry it out and see if that tone is everything I still like, and I hope I'm not romanticizing it too much because, you know, it's something I haven't used in a while, and if I go back to it and it's like, ugh, I hope not. I hope it's still as good as I remember, but I'm gonna put that in the maybe pile. This is another Laura Geller product. This is our Baked Gelato Vivid Swirl Blush in the shade Rosewater, and check out this blush. Look at that beautiful swirl. Oh my God, that looks amazing. This is one I never ever use, but I can't bring myself to get rid of it because look, I want it. I want to own that. So I'm gonna put this on the top of the pile and start using it, and then maybe if I do another pass later in the year, I'll kind of pick out some other things, but I'm gonna keep that. Bare Minerals. This is a Bare Minerals blush in the shade Sweet Romance. I have had this for a long time. I want to say 6 years, probably 5 years minimum. This is a powder blush, a loose mineral blush, and it has always been too intense for me, always way too pigmented, but I don't know why I can't get rid of it. This has made it through every single declutter I've ever done. I can't bring myself to part with it. I have another one too here in the shade called True. I wore these a lot, but they were always so difficult to put on. You use such a small amount. Oh, that's a pretty one. Am I gonna keep that? It's so glittery. This has a lot of like gold glitter in it. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. Okay, I'm gonna let go of, do I just let go of both of them? I'm gonna let go of Sweet Romance. I'm gonna put True in the maybe pile. We'll try it again. Another one. No, this is my favorite one from Laura Geller. This, okay, Honeysuckle is a good one. This is the one that's my favorite, Pink Buttercream. Oh my God, I don't even remember what my favorite things are. This is the color that I use so much, that I would wear the heck out of. This is the one that made me want to buy everything Laura Geller. Love it, gonna keep it, gonna put it on the top of the pile. This is a Tarte blush in the shade Party. Remember when this shade came out? Everybody was getting it in their Sephora like birthday gift thing. It's fine. I could do without it. I want to say I have 2 of these, if not 3 of them, because they were giving them away for everything. I did try to depot this one, and I kind of was trying to pull it out, but I dented the pan there. I'm gonna let it go. I don't need it. Another one from Tarte. This is the shade Oasis, another Amazonian clay blush. And one of the most annoying things about these minis is they're made in China. They don't make their regular full-size Amazonian clay blushes in China, but they always make these ones in China. So it's not the same formula, it's not the same. So when you buy this little one, you might hate it and think like, ugh, Tarte blushes, I've heard so much about them. And then it's not that good. So this is another one. I ended up using this almost exclusively as an eyeshadow. I also tried to depot it. I was gonna say deposit it. I use this only as an eyeshadow and I liked it for a long time, but I'm gonna let it go. I might just throw that away. This is something that I wish would come back. I wish this would come back. This is from Broadway. I got this at Dollar General. This is their powder cheek palette. I think I used to have 2 of these and I might have decluttered the other one over time, but I loved this thing so much. I'm pretty sure I did a video on these when I found them because they were only $5. They were amazing, amazing quality. I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile and kind of just retry it and see if it's any good still. $5, loved it so much. I wish they'd bring that back because they were awesome. Oh, look at this little blush. This is the rose powder blush in the shade Romantic Rose from Milani. Look at that cute little rose. I remember getting this. I remember getting this from Walmart. Walmart was doing like, what were they called? Like, you know how Sephora has their Sephora favorite sets and they do minis of a bunch of popular products? Walmart had put some of those out one year and this was one of the products in the little set that I got. I completely forgot I owned this. It's a really pretty like nude color that I feel like would go with anything, but I have a lot of other colors that I really enjoy and the rose powder blush formula is not my favorite, so I'm gonna let that go. This is from CoverGirl. This is their, I don't even know the name of it. It just says Summer Love, but it looks like this. When CoverGirl was doing stuff with this packaging, that was CoverGirl's like peak. I don't know what the heck they're doing now. They're doing all kinds of crazy things. But this is one of the best blushes I've ever had. I wanted to buy every single one of these. I don't think they make these anymore, but I'm gonna keep this forever. It's like a glowy blush again. Just so pretty to look at. I wore down the pattern pretty good there because I wore this a lot. Gonna keep it. I'm gonna put that on the top when I put all the stuff back and try to use it some more. Oh, this is the peach, the Papa Don't Peach blush that I did use a lot of. I've made a big dent in this. I love it. Still smells like peaches. I'm gonna put that on the top as well, but yeah, I'm gonna keep it. This is a Nars blush in the shade Orgasm. This is their little mini. I want to say this is probably a little gift with purchase or something like that. This is a very, very nice blush, but I find myself not reaching for it that often because I feel like once I start using this, I only want to use this. And then I'm like, I could get rid of every other blush, so I tend to put it away because I don't want to just have one. Does that make any sense? But I like this a lot. It's an icon for a reason, and I'm going to keep it. And of course, I'm going to keep all of these Too Faced Love Flush blushes that look like this. This is the shade I Will Always Love You. This was probably the one I used the most. No, there's one other one here I used the most. But yeah, gonna keep it, of course. Let's just pull all of those out. This is the one called Your Love is King. I think I broke this one. Okay, yes, I broke this one, and I remember vividly why I broke it. Because one of my favorite things, and I'm sure if you're a beauty lover, it's probably one of your favorite things too, is to just go to where all your stuff is, your makeup, your skincare, whatever you are into, and just look at it. Just be amongst it, open packages, swatch stuff, just look at it and try it and like have it, you know? And I was doing that with this blush. I got up, I went into my room, and I was like, I just want to look at all my things. And I was opening this up and I was admiring it, and I dropped it. I dropped it, a piece fell out just now. I dropped it and I broke it. It went everywhere, but luckily it all kind of stayed in the pan for the most part. So a lot of the blush is still salvageable, but yeah, gonna keep it. And I learned my lesson that day. I'm like, you can look at your stuff, but you don't have to open it all like, I don't know, crazy. This is the shade called Justify My Love, beautiful. This is the shade called How Deep Is Your Love. I mean, why did they discontinue these? They were out of their minds. And then this is the shade called Baby Love, and I know I have one more of these. There it is. This is the shade called Baby Love. Nice nude color. Oh look, there's a little ball here from that Wet n Wild blush lighter thing. And then this one here is the shade Funfetti. This was a QVC exclusive. Love that one too. Gonna keep them all. Gotta keep them all. Okay, this is another Ombre Radiance blush from IT Cosmetics in the shade Sugar Plum. This one I actually love. It's like this oddly purpley kind of color, but it works so well on your skin. I love this one a lot. Use it every now and then, but yeah, I'll put this on the top and start using it, but yes, gonna keep that one, because that one I actually do use. This is from Complex Culture. This is their Overtime blush in the shade Pink Slip. I'm pretty sure this was from an PIXI bag. I don't think I used it. I don't know, it looks untouched. I'm gonna declutter it. Forgot about it. One of the best things Bare Minerals has ever done in their life is their bronzers. So this is the shade called Kiss of Pink. This is their Gen Nude Bronzer, which is a blush bronzer. I think most of the tones they came out with though pretty much just seem like blush. But of course, if you do a little dusting of blush across your face, you just look a little more skin, like sun-kissed, and I do enjoy that look too. I love this so much. Best formula ever. I think when they came out with these, they were limited edition, but I thought they brought them back, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, it just started raining. I don't know if you can hear it. It really brightened up the room though. I love this so much. Love it. Gonna keep it forever. Here's another one of the CoverGirl True Blend Soap Flushed Blushes. This is the shade Sweet Seduction. I really enjoyed this one a lot. Such a pretty deep plum kind of wintry color. Ooh, I like that one. Maybe. That's going in the maybe stack. Both of these blushes from Dior. Of course, I'm keeping these. I love these so much. I didn't know these were like a viral product. I just bought them because I just wanted one so badly, and I was really into the Dior Backstage line at the time. I still really like the line, don't get me wrong. I'm still very into it, but I'm not like trying to buy every single piece of makeup that they make. This looks like it would be an awful white chalky pink blush on your skin tone, but it's not. It's so pretty. I feel like this would work for a lot of different skin tones. And then they have another shade here. This is a coral one. I love the packaging. I mean, look at this. So beautiful. Really pretty kind of coral color. Gonna keep them forever. I wish they would come out with one more shade that's like purple, like a purple cool toned color. I think that would be really cool. A couple here from the Balm. This is their Third Date Blush. I think that's all it's called, Third Date Blush. Really cute packaging. And there is the color there. I like this one a lot. Gonna keep it. The Balm Beach blush. I really like this one a lot too. This is a really nude one. So this kind of goes with everything. I use it whenever I don't really know what to use or I don't really want blush to be the focus. This is one I reach for all the time. Gonna keep it, of course. Then of course their Hot Mama blush, another icon. This one actually is an icon for the Balm though, really love it. Definitely very similar to Nars Orgasm, but still very beautiful. One of my favorite of all time. I wish Wet n Wild didn't change up their blushes and change up the formulas because now they're awful. Wet n Wild makes one of the worst blush formulas at the drugstore. I said it. I really don't like it, but when they had this formula, this packaging, this was the best. This is the shade Rosé Champagne. This is another one that I use all the time when I don't know what to use, when I don't want blush to be the focus. It's very nude with like a tiny hint of rosiness to it. I love it a lot. It's a really beautiful satin finish. I wish they didn't discontinue this, but once I finish this up, if I ever do, or it goes bad, or like, you know, when powder kind of changes over time, I probably will hunt this down on Poshmark and try to find it. Oh, okay. We're getting down to the bottom here. This is from PIXI. This is a little blush I got, I'm sure, in an PIXI bag. This is the Fresh Face Blush in the shade Ginger Blossom. Never used it because I got another one almost exactly like this before and it was way too pigmented. So I'm just gonna declutter that. This is something I can never let go of. I can never let go of this. It's from Rimmel, and it's when Kate Moss was doing a whole line with them and she was the face of the brand. She still has the lipstick line with them, like they're still called the Kate Moss lipsticks or whatever, but they had like a whole Kate Moss thing. And I was obsessed with it. And I bought the blush palette, the highlighter palette, and the bronzer palette. I use the bronzer palette all the time, but this blush one I actually never touched because I couldn't bring myself to touch it. I was like, no, this needs to stay in pristine condition for some reason. Gonna keep it, although I'm never gonna use it. I know of it. Let's go through one of my favorites blushes of all time. Ulta. Ulta Beauty makes, hands down, one of the best blush formulas of all time. They do a mineral line and like a shimmery glowy kind of line. I forgot what it's called already. flushed. Okay, they have flushed blushes and they have mineral blushes, and they both are outstanding. I want to collect them all. I want every single color. I think they're amazing. So I'm not getting rid of any of these. I'm just going to show you what I have. This is a mineral blush in the shade Cosmos. Another really, really pretty kind of pinky color here. The formula on these is just outstanding. It's so smooth. It's so nice. It's pigmented but not crazy. Blends nice, wears all day, and they just look so flattering on the skin. I have the other one here called Calla Lily. This one is a little more pinky coral. Love it. A flushed blush in the shade Pink Prosecco. I don't know why, but the flushed blushes, they put in a removable pan. So they put a little little thingy here, a little notch, so you can pull out the pan and put it somewhere else. I don't know why they did that for the flushed blushes, but I love this one. I'm gonna keep it. The flushed formula is really good. It's not too shimmery. Like, they wouldn't double up as a highlighter. Well, I guess you could. Like, just do the blush and it'll look like you have highlighter on. I guess what I was trying to say is they're not so glowy that it'll look like you put highlighter all over your face. This is probably my most used one. It's the shade called Tiger Lily. Again, this nude tone, I don't know why I just love this nude tone so much, but it goes with everything, especially when you don't want blush to be the focus. These kind of nude colors, like, it's always nice to have at least one, but I seem to have a bunch. This is another flushed blush in the shade Retro Rose. I don't think I've used this one yet. I'm pretty sure I found this one on clearance. I'll try it out though. I'm gonna put that on the top. And then the last one here in the shade Sweet Pea, another mineral blush. Love this one. I use this one pretty regularly. It's just a nice cool toned pinky color. Okay, just a handful of stuff left. Here is the brush from that Benefit Dandelion blush. It's a perfect kind of blush brush because it gets perfectly right here. It won't go too low. I love that brush a lot. I only use it pretty much exclusively for that blush. This is from Milani. This is their Luminoso Glow palette. I use this pretty much just for blush, but every time I do use it for blush, I always use it for eyeshadow as well. I don't think they make this anymore. I think it was crazy for them to discontinue this. This was an amazing, amazing formula. Lots of different colors here you can mix and match. Use it for blush, highlighter, eyeshadow. It was awesome. Use it regularly. I'm gonna keep it. Another one of the Milani Color Harmony blush things in the shade Coral Beams. Another product I wish they never discontinued. Love it so much. Gonna keep it. Hard Candy Silky Blush. This is our Just Glow Silky Blush. This is the shade Mango. No, the shade is 1793. It has mango butter in it. Oh, Cheek Me Out is the blush color. I don't know if they still make this, but this is one of like the only things I did end up liking from Hard Candy, and I do enjoy that color a lot, so I'm gonna keep it. This is another CoverGirl True Blend So Flushed Blush in the shade Hot Frenzy. This is one I've gone back and forth on a lot because I don't usually use colors like this, but I always want to. I always want to use a red blush, and I was gonna say recently decluttered. I decluttered my like super high crazy pigmented blushes a while back, and I only kept one red one, and I kept this one. And I want to say I've only used it a handful of times. I used it when I did the review video just to kind of get a feel for the formula and everything, but I kind of want to use this. I'm gonna keep this one. I'm gonna keep it. No, it's gonna go on the maybe pile. It's gonna go on the maybe pile. Who am I kidding? This is from PIXI and Aspen Ovard when they did a collaboration. This is a glowy powder in the shade Rome Rose. This was one of my most used things I ever had. I used the heck out of this. I just wanted to wear it all the time. I wanted to reapply it throughout the day even though it didn't need it. I love this so, so much. Yeah, gonna keep it. And I did buy a couple other glowy powders from the brand when they came out with different collaborations, and none of them are very good. I only really like this one. This is a MAC blush in the shade Warm Soul. This is my only MAC blush that I own, the mineralized blush. I guess other than that one I decluttered earlier. I love this a lot. I use it all the time. It's what I'm wearing today, I think. Am I wearing this today? I think this is what I'm wearing today. Yeah. No, I'm wearing Petal Primavera from Milani. I wanted to wear this and I put it back, but yeah, I'm gonna keep it. Another stellar blush. This is the shade Flare. I wish this brand still existed because these are really good. Another just really glowy, shimmery blush. Origins. This is from Origins. This is the Pink Your Cheeks powder blush in the shade Sweet Shimmer. I remember going to Dillard's and going over to the Origins counter because I don't know why I was like really into Origins at the time. And they had some makeup and I bought one thing because it was kind of expensive, and this is what I bought. And I loved it so much. I used it so much. I had it on display on my little shelf. And I went back only like a month later, like maybe a month, and they had redone all of their packaging. They didn't even carry this anymore. The worker had no clue what I was talking about. And I was like, I was just here like a month ago and I bought a blush. It was right there. She's like, I have no idea. Like, it seemed like it was her first day and she had no idea anything about the brand. But this was one of my favorite things. I thought I was gonna declutter this, but I'm gonna keep it, I have to. This is the Milani Baked Powder Blush in the shade Berry Amore. And I like this one a lot too. I specifically picked this one because it had a lot of really beautiful gold marbling in it. So even if I didn't love the blush, I could still look at this beautiful thing. I don't know. The last thing, there's only one thing left in here and it's from Flesh. Remember this brand. So this is the shade called Pulse. This is a blush for me that is way too pigmented, but I love Linda Wells, and she's the one that made the brand. She's like with the Lore magazine, she's with this brand, she was the creative director of Revlon for a long time. I love Linda Wells. I followed her like probably since I was in middle school. Love her. So when she came out with this brand, I was obsessed. I bought so many things from the line, but then it started going on sale, half off, 75% off, the display was gone, it's discontinued. This blush is too pigmented for me, like too pigmented. I can't really use it, but I can't let go of this. I can't let go. I have to have it, although I never ever use it. So I didn't get rid of that many. I got rid of a little bit. Let me show you what I got rid of. 2 Tarte blushes, 2 rose blushes from Milani, the e.l.f. one, Makeup by Mario, PIXI, this MAC blush, Too Faced, Complex Culture, Essence, Bare Minerals, this Laura Geller duplicate, this IT Cosmetics one, this Revlon one, Clinique and Jonathan Adler, Inika, and ColourPop Sailor Moon. I'm also gonna let go of this Broadway palette. I'm gonna let go of the other Bare Minerals one in the shade True. I just know I'm not gonna use it. Naughty Nude from Revlon I'm gonna keep, but I'm gonna let go of Marvelous and Melodrama, and I'm gonna let go of the Beauty Bakery palette and the Will Powder Blush Quad. I'm just gonna let them go. I have so many other ones here that I really love that, like, trying to make myself use these just to see if I like them. Just let it go, let someone else enjoy them. I am gonna keep the CoverGirl blushes though and get some more use out of those. But that is it. Those are the blushes I'm gonna be decluttering. How many was it actually? Maybe if I see a number, I'll feel better about it. Okay, so I got rid of 23. I think that's pretty good. I mean, it made a big chunk of the drawer for sure, so I'll definitely clear some space. Let me do one quick like once over and see if there's anything else that I'm just kind of like, okay, I can let go of that. I'm gonna let go of the Laura Geller in the shade Honeysuckle. This is just too pigmented for me, I already know. And then also the shade Tropic Hues, just too pigmented, and I know that I'm probably most likely never gonna use it, or I'll use it once and then be like, oh, too pigmented for me. Okay, everything else I feel really good about, so probably, how many was that all together? Oh, where was this? You know what I think? This was like, where the heck was this at? This is, that's weird. So this just suddenly appeared in the drawer. I'm guessing it was right on the side, like standing up, so I didn't see it. This is from e.l.f. This is the Bite Size Duo in the shade Watermelon. I really dislike the Bite Size line from e.l.f. I think the eyeshadows are awful. And I don't like any of these at all except this one. I think this one's really good, but I don't think these are very good on their own. I do have to mix them together to like the color and the way they wear. But I do like this one and I will keep it. No, hold on. No, I'm gonna let it go. You know what? I didn't even remember that I had it after pulling all these out. I'm gonna let it go. So 27 blushes altogether. I think that's pretty good. It's gonna clear some space in here and I can have some breathing room and really enjoy the ones I wanna keep, kind of mix them up, put some more to the top that I don't reach for that often. But that is it. That is my blush declutter. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you're still here, thank you. Let me know what you think as always by leaving me a comment in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and I will see you later with another video. Goodbye. I need something to drink.